is KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank.
What is happening, everybody? It is your boys, Daniel Kooser, Christopher Wright, currently on No Other Pod, part of Kansas City Sports Network. We're here to talk all things KC current, maybe a little U.S. women's national team. The Olympics are upon us. The Olympics. I don't call them the Olympics. I call them the Olympics. It just happened. Dude, I'm a changed man right now. Look at me on this video. This is I no longer have that drifter look upon me.
It's no longer the vagabond, right? The coal on the face, going from rail to rail. What spurred that change, by the way? How did that come about?
Come on, bro. I'm playing a character. I mean, I'm in Tootsie the musical. So I mean, if you're not coming, I don't know. You can't force your friends to come. Like they gotta want to be there. You know,
shot across the bows, right? Like there you go.
It's a well-established character from a freaking Oscar-nominated movie and a Tony-nominated stage show. So it's hilarious, man. It's a hell of a time. But you might be asking yourself, is this guy secretly 28? To that I say, sure. Anyhow, man, Sunday was a bloodbath. There were some things leading up to this. We thought Sophia Smith would be out. We thought she had like an additional suspension. And then the Players Association was like, we are disgruntled. We want to talk about this and protect Sophia Smith and her tomfoolery. And so that was rescinded. She was not suspended additionally.
First and foremost, I've seen a lot of people claim that it was an accident trying to defend. So no, I watched that thing like 10 times over. Like, if I'm going to hide it, I'm going to look up like I don't know what I'm doing with my right hand. I'm going to swing that ball back, and then I'm going to be slow getting to the ball. That's exactly what she did. And I mean, that was after the death of the game, right? Like,
it was the worst acting job I've ever seen in my life. She was like smiling about it and smirking. I was like, oh, okay, don't tell Sophia Smith your secrets because she's going to show it on her face.
And you could tell there was like a sense of entitlement too. Like, I could get away with it, and she didn't, and I love it.
But she does that shit.
Yeah,
she's done that shit in games too, man. She's a gameswoman, right? It's just it's part of it, and it's the reason we hate that part of the sport.
Yeah, but like you said, like I thought she was going to be suspended. I was excited. I was shocked, first of all, that they could even do that.
Yeah,
and then I was shocked that the Thorns lost their ability to appeal anything for this year and next year.
Yeah.
And there was fine. Like, that was why. I mean, first of all, it was stupid to appeal. You know, like, why would you appeal that? It was obvious enough, or there wasn't enough evidence to overturn it. So why would you appeal and waste everybody's time? They really got punished for it. But I was excited. I think I texted you. I told people I knew. I was like, yeah, Sophia is not going to play. This is great.
And then you
15 minutes later, I saw that she was, the appeal, and she was reinstated, and I just felt dumb.
You know what? You shouldn't feel dumb, because it turns out she can't score 4 goals in a game. So it didn't really matter, because the rest of her team was like, oh, Sophia's back? Well, we don't have to do shit. And that's exactly what happened in this game, my friend, because KC Current came out ready to play, put on the pressure against these ladies. It was beautiful, man. It was, I was at I don't remember where I was. I was at a rehearsal and kind of had it on my phone, but couldn't really look at it. And then driving home, I had it connected to my speakers, and then that's when the goals started trickling. I just on my way home, I had a 15-minute drive, and it got real exciting real fast, man. And I love to see it
trickle. That's an understatement.
But I mean, that's kind of the way it is, though.
Right.
Like when one happens, oh, here come the gates opening. We're turning the crank. And then, well, boom, there's another one. Then, boom, right away, there's another one. Like, that's so fun. And I've not been more excited to attend a game this Friday. You might be listening to this today. It's a Thursday. I know you've been thinking, where's my teal boys? Well, we're sorry. We had to find time to do it. And this is the time to do it. So, but I'll be out there with you tomorrow, man. I'm excited.
I feel like it's been a while.
It's been a little bit.
Both on the sporting side and the current side. Busy people.
I'm sure you've been selling your sporting tickets as well.
I have, yeah. It's mostly because I just have stuff going on. Like,
oh yeah,
my weekends are as yours as well, are quite packed. Like it, I don't know, man. It's tough to make time sometimes.
You're also a UFC guy, and I think you do enjoy prioritizing that, right? You do enjoy watching that?
Yeah, and I mean, I play soccer, I play rec soccer, I play kickball, and, some other stuff on the weekend as well.
Yeah.
I have my ultra on Saturday.
What?
So Saturday. So that's another reason I'm not going to go to the Sporting game.
This Saturday is your ultra?
I was like an idiot.
Are you ready for this?
No, not at all.
What are you doing?
I wish I knew. Stand by. You may. I might need to borrow your Apple Watch because I might flatline out there, and I need somebody to come and help me.
My Apple Watch will die before you finish the race. Like, it's not going to have enough battery. Seriously, when I tracked my run in our regular marathon, like what real people do, it almost died as it was tracking my run. I was like, whew, glad we got to the end of it unscathed. But this is nuts, dude. I feel like I should be driving behind you, like Rossi's trainer or something.
Hey, just get a mountain bike because it's a trail marathon. It's going to be out there.
I'll maybe a dirt bike. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do a lot of effort here.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. In the moment, I was excited. I was like, this is great, fantastic. As it kind of crept up, it got hotter. I mean, I don't have to tell anybody how hot it is in Kansas. So if I didn't run in the early morning, which is unlikely, then even in the evening, it's been hot. So it's been hard to find time.
But
if this is our last pod and you don't hear from me again, just know.
Oh my God.
Just know that.
Will you be sore? Do you get sore after running? Or are you one of those freaks that just don't get sore?
I have a stiff back right now and I don't even know what happened.
I sneezed wrong.
I'm like bending over. I'm like, what is this lower back pain? I didn't do anything. Like, what's going on? So
listen,
true story. I pulled a back muscle vacuuming my car like 4 years ago. So I don't know if that's age telling me something or a fluke, but it can happen.
Oh, Chris, how'd you do it, man? Playing soccer? It's contact sport. Vacuuming my car.
I was like moving the bottom mat in the driver's side, and I just felt like a huge pull.
Dude, about 15 years ago or so, I was in my 20s, and I got into swimming because I was like, who are the most fit athletes in the world? Lean, slender swimmers, right? Their backs are jacked, and I was into it, man. Then I went to go pick up like my computer chair and just move it, and my back just went, and I could not move. Like at work, I worked at Walgreens. They put me on the front register so I could just stand there. It was worst time of my life, but that's what you overdo it. And get this, in the musical I'm in, I get picked up in the air a couple times. Yeah, I know. Oh, Dad, aren't you like 220 pounds? I am. That's weird to get picked up, but I do. And like 3 men lift me up and put me on a guy's shoulders. It's quite the time. Not to mention I'm in a dress, so, what are you going to do?
I mean, all the more reason to come out, right?
You all should come out. It's going to be awesome, dude. We have a listener. His name's Jeff, and I saw him at a performance of Rent last week. And he came up to me and talked to me and Marissa for a bit, and I think he's sold on theater stuff, man. He'll be there. So if you're not into live theater, I don't know what's wrong with you.
What the hell? I'm not a theater guy, but when you see your buddy up there crushing it, it makes you just want to keep going back.
When it's some funny shit, though, I mean, when it's laughter and good music that you're going home singing that music, it's that's what makes me happy about it. So, yeah. Hey,
enough about us.
Yeah. I want to break down this game with you. It was a 4-1 victory. Before we do that, though, let's jump into our break real fast, and we'll come back and hop to it. Stay right there.
We appreciate you supporting KC Sports Network by listening to our podcast. You have helped us become the highest-ranked Chiefs podcast network in 2022 and 2023. And don't forget about our daily Substack newsletter, the best written analysis you can find on the Chiefs straight to your inbox every day. kcsn.substack.com.
So, I need you to know that we're breaking records. Have you heard? We have extended our unbeaten streak. That is now it's now a single season club record, right?
Yeah, I think it's tied for the longest.
Oh, okay, it broke our record, but now it's tied. Yep, It ties the longest, which is at 16, which was set in 2014 by the Seattle Reign. If we can't beat that this Friday against the Houston freaking Dash, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose it. I need it. I need all the records, dude. I'm so hungry. Just give me all the records.
Well, what's crazy is obviously we play Orlando, on July 6th. And if we lose to Houston, or if we beat Houston and Orlando beats us, they could set the record too, or at least tie it. Like, you could have that record fall to 2 teams in the span of 10 days or something.
Woo, that gets my heart rate up. I don't like that.
Pretty wild. And I don't want to look, we're going to get to it, but I don't want to look past Houston either, because the game of the year is upon us, assuming we both win. The game of the year is upon unbeaten streaks. Both teams are tearing it up, setting records left and right. It's upon us. Both teams have to get past, this weekend.
Yeah. That didn't even occur to me. I'm like, because obviously we're neck and neck with them. So any records we are breaking, they're right there. Orlando's pretty good, I guess. Not sure if you know that. They have actually increased their goal differential to be right under ours.
Nil against Utah.
Yeah, they were like, American football, maybe? Touchdown time.
What's funny is I looked at my phone and I forgot that game was on. I was on like a Friday or Wednesday, I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe Saturday. But I looked at it and I was like, oh, shit, it's 3-0. Like, I think it was like the 70th or 80th minute. I'm like, I don't need to turn it on. Like, it's almost over. They're probably just going to eke out that 3-0 win. I refreshed my, the score later, 6-0. I didn't think anything was going to happen. And they just put on 3 in 15 minutes. So it was nuts.
They seem like a very good team. But we're a good team too when we don't make mistakes. And we didn't make many of them here last week. The one mistake I can think of is on Sophia Smith's goal later on. Let's just get her goal out of the way, because I'm over it. She wanted to celebrate, but you could tell she's like, oh no, we're still down 4-1. I can't celebrate. I need to get that ball. And no one really closes her down. So I didn't like that. She kind of had, it's a great shot. Don't get me wrong, outside the box like that. But also, why did we give the ball to Sophia Smith? AD Franch had the ball. Why did she let Sophia Smith have it? It's our kickoff. Don't touch the ball. Get off me. We're going to go kick it off. You know what I mean? I didn't see it. The camera panned away. What happened there?
I think I have to go back and double check. But, I think it bothers me, but it doesn't. Because I feel like throughout the game, they had a couple opportunities, but they didn't have a lot, right? Their XG, according to FB reference, is 0.6. And they scored a goal, an incredible goal by Sophia Smith, right? So, I feel like our midfield did a really good job of keeping their midfield and their offense out of position for the majority of the game. We didn't give them anything easy. And then also, Franch, man, I thought Franch had a really good game.
Dude, Franch had to come up big as early as the 3rd minute and make a fingertip save on Sophia Smith's little nut in, and then kind of goes for that near post there.
The media was pretty harsh on her, us included, right? We were pretty harsh, and a lot of others as well.
And she knows. No one's probably as harsh on her as she is herself.
But man, she came up really big, made some incredible saves. The shot by Izzy De Aquila, I know I'm butchering her name, but that was a hell of a shot, and Franch made a diving save. She played really well.
Michelle Cooper also is coming into her own, really owning that wing position, getting down. She's fast. She's like she's a big force, and you're like, I don't know how she gets moving so fast. You know what I mean? You would not want to get in her way, because we've seen her truck some fools. But she's crossing stuff in, dude. Puts it right on Bia's head in the 9th minute. Bia heads it hard right at the keeper. The keeper's like, okay, thanks. So that's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? I'm enjoying the Michelle Cooper experiment. I don't know. I don't want to call it an experiment, but she played a lot last year and, didn't really get a whole lot of numbers or anything like that. Didn't really flash. But
they didn't have a Bia. They didn't have a Chawinga.
Right. She wasn't used right.
Attention. Yeah.
Exactly. This whole game kind of goes back and forth for 30 minutes or so. Franch comes out big, man. She comes out of the box when she needs to. I'm not seeing any mistakes here, but when you're rolling through the highlights, Michelle Cooper is on it. Like 30th minute, she's down that right side again. Go figure. Loops in across. Chawinga heads it towards goal. Lobanta backheads it into goal. What is this tricky shit? I've never seen this in my life. I was like, is that ESPN top 10 worthy? Nah. We'll get to that. But this was insane. She was like on her like knees and falling down and just backheads it into the goal. I can't explain it any better.
The presence of mind instinct would tell you get out of the way. Ball's coming in, get out of the way, right?
Yeah.
But I think it would have been stopped. I think there was a defender there.
Oh, yeah.
But because Lo'eau got her kind of, and that's a tough thing. That there's some pace coming in on that header, by the way, from Chawinga. That was not a little dink there. There was some pace on it, and she was able to get that flick. So that was fantastic. Beautiful.
I mean, the keeper's going to have this ball, but the fact that Lobanta deflects it even further away from the keeper, like, keeper has it, dude. And she was frustrated. It was just one of those things like, damn, nothing I could do there. Literally nothing. We have talked before how Lobanta does these quiet things. Nothing flashy. We don't really hear her name. She doesn't show up on the stat sheet all that much unless there's a penalty. She heard this and she's like, hold on, I would like to be a part of this situation. And this was the Lobanta game, my friend.
Yeah. And going back to that pass by Cooper, like, she did it to be a good look, right? She put it right at Chawinga. I mean, these are some accurate crosses that are coming in for our players to have a chance inside the box. And absolutely incredible. I love seeing what Cooper is doing. But man, was that a cross by Cooper as well that got kind of bounced around and then eventually found its way for the other goal?
Let's see. 38th minute. So that actually, there was a lot that happened here, right? It was off of
Hutton. Okay, that's right. Hutton had a shot too, I think, and it took like a deflection.
Right. It was off a corner kick. Didn't quite get cleared. Looks like Elizabeth Ball tries to bury it, which I'm like, okay, Elizabeth Ball, go on.
Get in there.
And it kind of bounces out. Still no clearance. And you're like, oh, shit. This is the kind of shit in the sport of soccer that gets me howling on both ends. If it's on the opponent's end, I'm like, put it in. If it's on our end, I'm like, fucking get it out of there. I will lose my voice on moments like this. I'm at home yelling by this point. It bounces out to Michelle Cooper. She puts it back in. It gets deflected. Bia whiffs at this shot. It rolls to Stina Bollesager, who just puts it up netting. You got 4 outstretched defenders that are on the line because their goalkeeper is on the ground trying to save a shot that never happened. And these 4 defenders, dude, it's out of their reach because Stina went top bins. Amazing.
I had a feeling, even at home, I was like, Stina's going to have a header. I thought it was going to be a header. I was like, Stina's going to get one. Stina's going to get one. I didn't expect it to happen this way. I feel like she would have one this season, though. She's sneaky good on the offensive front and set pieces. So love it, though. What, 17th score for the Kansas City Current, extending our record? Yeah.
We ain't done yet. I will say, VAR was not necessary because a goal happened anyways. But I will say it kind of looks like Elizabeth Ball's shot that was cleared off the line may have passed the line. There's something to be said there. Either way, a goal happens. No one's disputing that.
And every single center back scored on the Current. Like, all 4 of our center backs have scored.
Has that? That's not a thing. That's not a thing that happens on teams.
You have backups?
We don't have backups. You could say we have like bench players. Who are they? Tell me who the bench players are. Because we just keep rotating and cycling, and it's like next woman up mentality, and the next person is also good. How do we afford these people? How are we? Oh my!
Those are questions we're not going to try and ask.
We're the villains. We're the villains of the league with this talent and with Chawinga's speed and Bia's tactical awareness and Lo'eau Lobanta, which, by the way, 10 minutes later, she's like, I ain't done, man. Like, I know I had that back header, but it was kind of weird. It felt weird. I'm thinking about a Golazo that comes in on ESPN's number 10 on top 10 on Monday morning. God dang, dude, this ball just doesn't get cleared again. It just bounces out there in front of the box, and Lo'eau runs up to it and just smashes it. Just lasers it into the goal, man. And that being said, she had a brace in this game, so Holiday Distillery, toast of the match. Lo'eau Lobanta, no-brainer. If you think I was going to give it to someone else, you're out of your damn mind. Like, I mean, please, argue with me if you want. It's not. There's no argument here.
There is no argument.
It's God dang, dude. The ball gets tapped out there and then passed over to the left again, and then it's in the box, and then it's passed back outside, and it just gets deflected, and Lo'eau comes running. I can't stop watching.
No hesitation. And that's her first brace in her career in the WSL, yeah. Her first goal.
Yep. She was asked at halftime by the announcers. Really enjoying these women getting interviewed at halftime, by the way. I think it's kind of cool to talk to the player who has had a good half instead of the coaches. Every sport wants to talk to a coach going in. I don't think that's the mentality, man. I don't think fans really want to hear from the coach. You know what I mean? The players are out there doing the stuff. Let us know.
It's the same thing. Yeah, I thought we did well on this. We need to clean this up, and we're excited to get back out in the second half.
I mean, you put these people through media training, let them do it.
Yeah. And Lo'eau's a character. She's fun. Like,
she is.
2 goals. She draws ratings, man. Just get her out in front of people. She does the rest.
The guy asked her, have you ever hit a ball that well? That hard, and she like called him bro. She was like, listen, bro, I have, but it's never gone in. She was like, I hit them hard all the time. They just don't go where I want them to go.
Love it.
It was fantastic, man. And now you're looking, oh my God, it's 3-0 and almost halftime. Glad y'all petitioned for Sophia Smith to get back in the lineup, because was she in? Where's she at? Where's she playing anyways? I haven't seen her really threaten much.
I'm glad she played, because there was no excuse.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. Like, they didn't have Sophia Smith, so they couldn't have an attack. No, we stifled their attack. They had one incredible goal from individual effort. I get it. But as a whole, we stifled their attack.
Dude, I saw something.
Give our defense. Give our defense credit, I mean.
Oh, 100%. Even in the 45th minute, clock's winding down. You're about to go to halftime, take a little breather. Franch has to freaking lay out to keep the clean sheet so far.
Yeah.
And it's just fantastic, man. I read something that said out of the 20 goals Portland has given up this year, 9 of them have been from us. Like, right? Because if we scored 5 at AC and
first game here.
That's awesome. I'm fine being hated, dude. Let's embrace it. A team may never be like this again. We got to enjoy what we're seeing in this stadium. I'm waiting for the NWSL final location announcement. Not that I'm looking too far ahead. You got to get there. There's playoffs and stuff like that, and seeding to work through. But like, do you think they look at that at all and think like, this team's doing really well, we should give them hosting priority in the final? But that's not true, because when we went to DC, Washington Spirit weren't shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think they made it to like the semifinals.
So maybe that doesn't even really matter.
No, I don't think that matters. But I think there are some rumors they could potentially do it in Kansas City. I initially scoffed at them. But I mean, it's such an incredible atmosphere. Comes off well on TV. Yeah. You know, what a better. And I know we had a listener, bring it up to us, and we kind of scoffed at it, and I did as well. But I mean, the first purpose-built stadium for women. What a better place to have it. There's no better place than Kansas City this year.
It's an awesome place, man. I obviously, if the final was here, no matter who's in it, I would try to attend.
Yeah.
But it's just that there's something to that. You would think they'd start looking like, okay, what teams are doing well. Anyways, I I retract my statement, by the way. At the end of the first half, Franch had like 2 diving saves within the 5 minutes of stoppage. It was just doing what you can to keep that clean sheet, man. And the defenders are trying to help her out too and get that.
Right.
But second half starts, and it's not over, dude. I hope y'all got back from the restroom. I hope you got your snacks because you're going to miss something. This happens at home too, man. I see these early second half goals and people are still at concessions. People are still taking a piss. Get back to your seats because shit's happening. Chawinga threw a woman to the ground. She was like getting handsy with her and she goes, "Get up me." And that woman just goes, "Oh." I kept watching it over and over, man. It's the lead up to this goal. She cooks 3 women right here. She is surrounded. And oh my God. Are you seeing this? Have you seen this?
Yeah. When she scored, the keeper's on the ground. Becky Sauerbrunn is on the ground. There's 2 defenders next to her on each side.
There's a total of 5 red? Coral? Let's call it coral shirts. I think it's a coral color. There are 5 coral shirts around her. 1 gal's down, keeper's down, 4 coral shirts remain, and a goal happens. What? I'm impressed.
And I thought she was going to go far post because that looked where it initially appeared where that was the most space. But no, she went right inside. Fooled everybody. And by the way,
the keeper went far post. The keeper goes, "Oh, you're not going this way? Well, damn, now I'm on the floor."
There's nothing, funnier than watching an opposing keeper look back as she's diving one way and seeing the ball come in the other. But what a weapon, by the way, Chewing is, because it's the fact that they have to press, they have to loosen their defense, they have to push up. She's like one of the ultimate counters because you have to keep 1 or 2 players with her at all times. Because once we send a ball that way, if they are not still in position, they're in deep shit. And that just prevents them from being able to just come with full force when they're trying to, if we have a lead. If we have a lead, we've had a couple goals where we've just booted it. And she scored because their team is pressing so hard. She's an incredible weapon in that regard.
100%, dude. That like warm-up drill, they call it karaoke, where you're like, you do like a little side, hip swivels. I bet she is excellent at that little drill because the way she shifts her movement and has people just on skates and this goalkeeper going the wrong way, like just like any sport, you're reading this person's hips. Well, her hips don't lie. They're all over the place. It's insane, my friend. And now we're up 4-0 with 2 minutes into the first half. What more can you ask for in an away game at one of the better teams?
Portland does not play that bad at home ever. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look, but I can't think of a game where they got beaten this bad at home.
Yeah,
I really can't. They all look defeated. They all look dejected. The fans look brokenhearted, which I love to see.
Wow.
They've never had that experience, and we gave it to them. And I love
we gave it to them. Listen, not just a few short years, we were the gum at the bottom of the shoe of this league. I mean, we weren't great. It was tough.
Playing on a baseball field, like midday games, getting sunburned to shit.
Fitting on bleachers
was a little iffy. Yeah.
Thursday afternoon. What the hell were we playing on a Thursday afternoon for? We had to take time off work.
Now we're on prime time on CBS. People want to have us, they're moving games. Like the Orlando game now has been moved to be on Amazon. So
that's right.
Times have changed.
Now we're done scoring here. Spoiler alert. We score no more goals, but it doesn't mean we didn't stop trying. Michelle Cooper has this excellent header in the 49th, and it's down, it's low and hard, and the keeper has to sprawl to save it right there in the corner. I really thought she was going to nab one, dude.
I was hoping, man. She puts in so much work, and she doesn't get those assists like that cross into Chawinga that she did a header and Lo'eau did the flick. She won't get credit for that, for an assist, right? Right to Bia won't get credit. She put that cross in that eventually Balasager hit. Like,
true.
She's done an incredible job.
And dude, this game was pretty quiet for the next 25 minutes or so. Not much really happened. which is fine. I'm down with quiet when you're up 4-0, man. Let's just protect that lead. Don't get injured. Let's go home safe. 73rd minute comes. Sophia Smith's out on the left-hand side, doing her dribbling thing. Very athletic lady. She's very good at this sport. Not sure if you know. But Haley Mace is good too, man. And she is prairie dogging her. She is coming. She catches up with her. I can't believe she didn't kick this ball away from her. And Stina just doesn't really step up to stop this. I wish she would have went and put a body in front of Sophia. She just kind of sticks a leg out. She was also bandaged up like a war victim, it's like she was injured, dude. She went and saw the medic.
You could go watch a World War I documentary, and you would basically, you put black and white, she could fit right into that footage.
She was wrapped up, dude. Just give her a musket and put her back on the field. Like, it was crazy. But I hate this. I hate that this goal happened. Outside the box goals should really never happen. Lowe's was just an unattended ball. It bounced out and Lowe came running on it. That's really no fault of Portland's defense. You know what I mean? That's just a crazy goal.
Just a bad bounce on a laser.
This is the one mistake. This was preventable, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was, and it's so tough with Sophia Smith because if you step up, you put yourself in a situation to where if she gets past you, you're screwed. Yeah. If you don't step up, you're screwed. You could be screwed. That's just...
We got 4 players here, man. Claire Hutton's jogging, Lowe's kind of letting... She's like, oh, Haley's got it, and
yeah,
Haley did.
And that's one of those goals that it's kind of a lack of focus, right? We assume somebody else is going to step up and make that play, and you had 4 players kind of assume that.
Yeah.
And then she put in a fantastic goal, and there wasn't a whole lot Franch could do. I mean, there was a ton of pace. That thing barely got in. It's just unfortunate. But when I was watching the game live, when you're up 4-0 and you're dominating the possession of play or, the play there, I wasn't too upset. I wanted a clean sheet for Franch and the defense, but
I wanted it too. It is what it is,
Yeah.
I get schadenfreude after seeing Sophia Smith after the game looking all sad. I
love it.
I just love it. Maybe I'll send a image to Nick right now, and maybe he can put it on there because I just love seeing her looking like this. She's for someone who's had a lot of success in her career, who's been a part of the national team. It's nice to see her not have success here, man. Because we're at the top of the league. We're at the top, and they are. Where are they at? They're kind of mid-level, right?
They are currently 5th now.
They're in the 5th.
20.
So, and then we're going to face number 12, Houston, this Friday. I mean, come on. If you're going, talk about the numbers. If you go away and play the number 4 or 5 team, whatever they were at the time, and you beat them 4-1, cool. I'm coming home, playing the number 12 team at home. Probably should drop about 8 goals on them. That's just math.
I mean, their biggest asset, Houston, is Jane Campbell. Absolutely.
Oh, sure.
She always stifles us. She's always that brick wall. She is the reason over the past year or two that we have not won 5-0 or 4-1. She has saved that team so many points against us. But we got a lot on the line. We got the unbeaten streak record. We're in first place. We're a powerhouse at home. There's no reason we should not win this game. And they have a couple of offensive weapons, but they're not clicking. Their offensive weapons are not, firing on all cylinders. It's, Ordonez she's the top scorer on the team with 4 goals. Lowe has 5.
Wow.
Then their second highest score, it's a tie for 1 goal. They have like 5 or 6 players who have 1 goal on their team. You shut down Ordonez, you put the pressure on Jane Campbell, and you just, try to get some past her. And I think we're going to do it.
Well, let's before we send Portland packing with the season series, we took it. We're done. We will not play them again this year. Let's end it with this Sophia Smith image here. It's wonderful. Look at that. Look at that. She is not happy.
Oh, I love it.
That's someone who scored a single goal, and that's it.
For nothing.
Can't do it myself, folks. Got to have some defenders. So thank you, Nick, for getting that up there for us. Dude, we played Houston at their place a month or two ago, and it was a draw, right? It was an away draw.
That was that rain game, that severe weather game. The
rain game. We were up, and then we sacrificed the draw towards the end of the game. So little revenge game here, a little retribution coming your way. I would expect us to really hit it hot and heavy and get after it, man. Like, there's no excuse here why we shouldn't bully up on this team that's sitting in 12th place.
I mean, we know we're the better team. You know, the players know they're the better team. They know they should have gotten 3 points when they went to Houston. That was the one where Franch bumped into Wheeler and that whole situation. So they know they're the better team. That was the old bump. Yeah. They know how to prove it, and I'm sure they're going to come out. I'm sure Vlatko's going to get them fired up, and we're just going to come out firing on all cylinders.
When the goal you gave up was something like that, it's like, come on, we're better than this. And we proved we can do it away, so that was a fluke. That was an anomaly. I think Bia was out that game as well, right?
Yeah, Bia didn't travel. We also had a game like a couple days later in Seattle, so we were, we had some roster rotation. There's no reason we don't come away with a dominant 3 points.
Weather should be fine this Friday, right? Wouldn't you think? It's looking to be, let's see, about 86 degrees at kickoff.
Okay.
And about 78 when we're done. So that's not a bad day of soccer, y'all. No, I needed to tan my head. I got a little tan line back here where my hair used to be, man.
Get a little river breeze in there.
Listen, I keep thinking that my hair is like up in a bun right now. I'm like, where is it? God damn, it's gone. It is gone. But this is the me you met back in 2015 or whatever it was. What a time are we? Is this the 10-year anniversary of our friendship? Celebration coming.
We got to celebrate, right? And do something special, some anniversary special course.
Dave and Buster's air hockey or something.
The little spider game. Yeah,
you love that shit.
There's some times there, yeah.
So you think it's pretty, I don't know, you don't want to underestimate your team, your opponent or anything, but you think we walk away with 3 points here?
I mean, I don't see how we don't. I mean, it's the eye test says we should win, we should dominate. The stats indicate that we should win or dominate.
I think you start your people. Hopefully they bang in some goals. Then you can do some rotation after halftime. I love this early big lead action. I mean, you know how much like freedom that gives you as a coach to be like, okay, our tactics can change, our formation, we can pack it in a little bit. Like, we've got our lead. I love that.
I mean, we've put Ellie Wheeler on, as a right wing. We put her up top on the right side. Like,
she was the one who sent in that corner, right? That Stina ended up getting, was it?
I think it is Izzy. Izzy usually takes the corner.
Was it Izzy? Okay. Yeah. I thought I saw a pink headband. That's the only giveaway I have for Ellie Wheeler.
But I mean, the fact that they still want to get her on the field. I mean, we didn't take Mace off, right? It wasn't a like-for-like sub, but they're still able to get her on the field. So that should just kind of go to show you some of the depth we have.
You take Mace off. I mean, she has busted her ass to get healthy again and earn that spot back, man. She's been crushing.
She's not getting yellows out there.
Yeah.
She can from time to time. And then, who knows when or if we'll see Hannah Glass, but if that's ever the case, she's one of the best right backs in the world when healthy. So, I mean, it's kind of an embarrassment of riches. And I thought you made a good point that you don't want to be that fan who just expects this type of play all the time. Like, we have an incredible team. I don't think people, either they didn't know or we didn't expect Chawinga to be so dominant. We didn't expect Bia to be so good.
Yeah.
We didn't expect we didn't expect to have the depth that we do. DiBernardo, Debinha, Lowe. We're bringing in a rookie right back playing him up on the right wing. Michelle Cooper's playing incredibly well. We have two national team players for other countries, and then Gabby, who was incredible, and then Elizabeth Ball, who's a veteran in the league. Like, we are very fortunate to have the team we do. So I just hope we all kind of appreciate it when we have it, because you never know if or when that could ever change.
I will never be embarrassed by the riches of this team. It's man, it's just lovely. I tell you that. But it's
by the way, did you see that? I can't remember the player, but the player, upon further review after the game, got a red card for the DiBernardo.
Oh, really?
Situation. Yeah, she was
granted.
Not. Yeah, she got a red card upon review.
How DiBernardo's in concussion protocol right now?
Yeah.
And you don't want to hear that. I mean, especially after her concussion last year, man, it's nothing to scoff at. You know what I mean? And people, anyone that's ever like, get up, like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, she just hit her head. Go hit your head on a wall and see how you feel, bro.
I mean, look at the history of concussions in sports and where they're at now. You could look at wrestling, MMA, football. Yeah. Soccer. Like, it's a really big deal. So I don't think it's as bad as what it had been previously, but with the embarrassment of riches we have, or non-embarrassment, we don't need to put her out there. Let's take our time. It's a long season.
I can't believe that we also have someone in the Golden Boot race in Chewinga.
Yeah.
And would have been tied with Sophia Smith for second, I think, or something like that. But now Sophia Smith is back in sole possession of that with her goddamn goal. But it's man, I'm also looking at Orlando's schedule, and they got to play number 10 Angel City this week at Angel City. So I don't know, maybe an upset could happen there. Probably not. Orlando seems to be crushing the game, dude. Yeah. But we're on, for all of you that can't make it out, Friday at 7. Looks like it's on Prime Video. A little Friday night Prime Video action's been kind of cool with some NWSL action. And maybe we'll see all you out there. I'm jacked. I'm like really excited to get out there again.
Yeah.
So, transitioning to some Olympics. We got some Olympic news. Rosters have been chosen. There are some names, and there are some not names on this list. First and foremost, I think the big headline is no Alex Morgan. That is what all the news sites want to cover. Alex, of course, is upset that she, it feels sad that she's not a part of it, but it's like, has she really been doing well for this team or in general? I mean, where it seems like they're doing a different approach.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I think that the national team players from the 2015, 2019 World Cup, like those players are done and gone, right? The Christine Press, the Tobin Heath, the Alex Morgan, during this past World Cup, you saw a little bit of that transition, right?
But not done. Is Crystal Dunn? Never done. She's always there, dude.
That's wild. But we talked a little bit about it last week. We just kind of threw it out there. Like, Alex Morgan has not scored a goal for the San Diego Wave during the regular season. How can you justify taking away a roster spot from these other players who are playing incredibly well? Like, she is not playing better than Crystal Dunn. She's not playing better than Trinity Rodman, Jaden Shaw, Sophia Smith, or Mallory Swanson.
Yeah. Like, you can't get in just on your name and your accolades. Like, you have to be in good form, and doing well for your club team definitely helps that.
Imagine if she went in and we didn't, Crystal Dunn didn't make it, but Alex Morgan did. Like, which one's going to help your team more? I mean, yeah, she has leadership and experience, but at the end of the day, she's not better than any of the players who made the team. And she's not going to help the team on the field better than anybody else who made it. So
I'm sorry, man. Alex Morgan is kind of like the Taylor Swift of NWSL in the sense of she has a lot of fans and like fan accounts. People stan this woman. And I think it's weird. I think it's pretty weird the way people really bow down to her. And it's like, okay, yeah, we know you're a great player, but everyone's also a great player or you wouldn't be playing. It's just you're not having the numbers. And people are coming out in full force. Like, this is a tragedy that she is not part of this team. And it's like, is it a tragedy? I feels like you need to celebrate who is on this team and get excited, man, because it's like it's coming fast. Isn't it like a month away?
Yeah, it's coming upon us pretty quickly.
Love that.
And like I like how they're getting some youth in there too, man. I mean, like, you know, some of the alternates. Jane Campbell, by the way, is an alternate. Hal Hirschfeld, Croy Bethune for the Spirit, who probably going to win Rookie of the Year. You know, Jaden Shaw, like, it's just a different era, man, and we got to let it go. And it's tough because she's such an icon. She's such a name. She's somebody who we've all watched for so long. But time waits for nobody. I have no problem with leaving her off this team.
That's sports, dude. That's sports, man.
It's and that's the beauty about it. The best player should make the team regardless of anything else. Sure. Period.
She's still got a job. She's still got her multiple endorsements.
She'll be fine.
It is upsetting, though. She probably thought she would be called in, but also, don't you think there was a part of it that where she kind of expected this to happen? Like, you kind of got to expect disappointment so you're not disappointed, right?
When you don't score a goal in the lead up to the Olympics for your team in 14 games, how do you expect to make it? And even during the World Cup, there's conversation like, should she make it? You know, is she better than some of the players who they left off? And she didn't even, you know, she didn't play 90 minutes in the World Cup every game either. Like, this should not be a shock to anybody. And if it is a shock, then they don't follow soccer as much.
Agreed. Like I said, man, there's just this kind of a toxic group of fans that are just all Alex Morgan all the time. And it's like, tell me you don't watch the league without telling me you don't watch the league, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of what that is.
Yeah.
So.
And she wouldn't even start. She wouldn't even make it on the field even if she did. I truly don't think she would.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, hell, man, you got Alyssa Nair back there as well in goal, which I'm like, yeah, she's been the keeper for a bit. Like, that makes sense. I'm excited, dude. I love me some Olympics. You know, I love watching these games. A lot of those obscure sports are always kind of fun. You ever get into track and field stuff, anything like that? Watching all the races,
love watching it, yeah.
I become like the best American. I'm just like all USA, dude.
Oh, you're running around with like, I don't know, American flag clothing.
Oh, I just put a flag around me at all times. Like, I have one. Like, I am medaling. But these swimmers, dude, I mean, they are just jacked and lean. And I'm just like, I need to get that. I need to get that kind of body.
Yeah, it makes me realize how much work I don't put into my body or my physique.
Ultra marathon guy over here is like, I don't know how much work I need to put in. You're putting work in, bro. Physique is not everything. You know what I mean? If you can, I can do things that a person my size probably shouldn't be doing. But I'm not running ultra marathons like you.
Well, let me finish it and then I'll start, you know, bragging at times.
You're gonna finish. Is that even a possibility? See, now you're having a possibility in your head that you might not finish. Get that out of there.
I would have to be injured, I think, to not finish.
I'm not sure you would quit unless it was a bad injury. If you had like just tweaked something, I'm pretty sure you're probably going to keep going.
Yeah.
Been there, played with you. I know your game. You're like, yeah, my ankle hurts pretty bad, but here we go. Still gonna hit lasers. So, buddy, what else? What am I missing? Anything else?
Our old general manager, Cammie,
making moves already.
Well, I initially it lined up. The timing was perfect, but Jill Ellis said that her hire had nothing to do with Casey Stoney's termination.
Maybe it didn't.
Yeah, right. I guess she supposedly started like a week after the decision was made. But it's kind of Cammie's MO to start letting people go the moment she gets in there. So
it's sure.
So they're saying she had no impact, but who knows?
she enjoys it. She enjoys that. It seems like it's a fun thing for her. But whatever. I think we're doing just fine. She helped build this team, I guess, and whatever other negative stuff was around her is gone. So thanks for the positives. We won't have the negatives. It is what it is.
Yep. Oh, did you see? Bay FC. I don't know if they let go or if the individual resigned, but like essentially their general manager left, and Matt Potter is now taking that role. So we have
that's pretty strange.
Yeah, two former Kansas City Current coach or general manager is now overseeing two California teams.
I need to get to the bottom of that Matt Potter situation. That man was let go at a weird time. I
flew
just
down to Houston. Yeah. I don't know what.
Also, that's a baller move, by the way. Like, that's something you could do that over the phone. Like, hey, we wish you well. You know, you got to go. But she went down there and was like, I'm here to tell you to your face, you got to go.
It's tough to do.
You got to respect that.
It's tough to do, man.
You're a boss. I'm sure that could become part of your job at someday. You might have to do that. And I'm sure you're not looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's yeah. I feel like she didn't have a problem doing that though. That's kind of her thing. But
I gotcha.
Good for her. I mean, that clearly shows too that it wasn't like she was terminated or pushed out of Kansas City, right. or maybe she kind of was and looked out. I don't know how that whole situation came about, but she wasn't let go. She wasn't terminated. She went to San Diego on her own accord. So
right. Well, before we go, I just want to highlight a couple things real quick. Washington Spirit's still knocking on our heels as well. They'll be at home against North Carolina Courage. So if us or Orlando drop points, Washington has every right to jump in front of one of those teams. Utah Royals have a chance for an upset at home against Portland Thorns. Portland's coming off a pretty bad loss. I think they're looking to really smack Utah Royals in the mouth and make up for that. So look out for that to be a bit of a bloodbath. Other than that, man, eyes on Orlando, of course. Nothing else is really jumping out at me.
Can't look past Houston, though, man. They like to muddy the game up, play defensive soccer, and you never know what could happen, man. They can
let them play defense. They're going to play a whole lot of it, I guarantee.
We're going to test it. We're going to. Michelle Cooper is going to be testing that right side.
100%. Well, these clean-faced cuties are out of here. We got to get going, and we thank you all for listening. It's been love recapping games like this, and hopefully we get to do it again next week. But in the meantime, follow us at No Other Pod, at Dan Kooser, at Chris Wright 21. Email us, nootherpod@gmail.com. 5-star ratings and reviews. We got a new one last week, very complimentary of everybody. We read it on the other pod if you listen to the sporting side of things. But till next week, man, we love you all so very much. We'll see ya.